Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So time to have a look at Freyna in Season 3 and especially for the Axion planes and the mobbing content there. Now with Season 3 we got Nell who is designed for the Axion planes, so she's very good. Inez is doing a decent job. We also have Serena, of course. So all three of them are slightly better than Freyna in my opinion, but Freyna is still decent and Freyna can still do a good job, especially in a group. Now one of the reasons why Freyna is struggling a little bit is because most of the missions seem to have Order of Truth Vulgus who are resistant to toxic. Now the good news is these guys are not particularly great in terms of defenses, so they are the weakest faction, and we have 190 level Vulgus here. Okay, so these are the guys we face, and we can still do a decent job. It'll just take a little longer with Freyna compared to Inez or Nell or Serena. So as far as the build is concerned, I've only made one or two minor adjustments. Because the enemies are a little tougher, I've brought back increased HP. So we have a lot of HP. Using the plague set, we are at almost 19,000 HP. Okay, so that is the first change. Get more HP in here. We'll keep the decimator. We have power increase because again we want balance. We get a lot of toxic from the plague external components. So the rest of the build is very identical. Tech amplification, toxic amplification, focus on tech. Of course, power increase. We have the two cooldown mods, nimble fingers, MP conversion, expansion for range, extension for duration. I like having duration so that your dot damages last a little longer, and also you have enough time to empty your magazine for your fourth unique gun. Now, the main change is we are dropping contagion. So as you know, with contagion, when the enemies die, they explode and they spread the poison. However, we lose the final dot damage. So over here, for the first ability, we have panic. Over here, we have despair. Over here, we have decay. And over here, we have nightmare. So if we put contagion, we lose that final, you can see, from all of them. So we want extra damage, so we will remove that. And so you can either keep it blank or you can use toxic stimulation. Now this one will help out your teammates. So basically what this does, plague body armor. When enemies come and attack you, Freyna, you'll inflict room 0 trauma on the enemies. And when you have teammates standing next to you and you use this one, they will also get the plague body armor. So when an enemy comes and attacks them, the enemy will get room 0 trauma and then despair. Meaning your teammates are also helping spread the toxins, room 0 trauma and despair. So why not have that? Just make sure to activate this when you have teammates close by. Now as for the module here, we have, I think in my opinion, the good old power period. I think this is the one we should go for. So let me show you how this works, because there was a little bit of confusion with this one. Basically it gives you a flat skill power increase, and then you have the various effects. So let me just first show you our skill power. So base skill power we have is 7.74. So we get 0.65 from the power increase, okay, and then we get 0.09 from the 15 stacks of skill power here. So that is 65 plus 9. We have 0.74. Now the mod I have, the trigger mod I have, this one. You can see here skill power increase is 5 to 15, and I have 14 on this one. So this is the best one I have in terms of power. So we had 74. We'll add 14, making it 88. Okay, so that is a flat increase that is just added. The rest of the stuff is based on how the things activate. So what this does is when you are using a global dot, so global dot for Freyna is the first one and the third one. Okay, so when you're using a global dot, you get something called void recharge. Okay, and then when you get 15 stacks of void recharge, it affects the enemy in the same way Lepic skill does, where it tows the enemy in together. Okay, so you only need 4 stacks, and of course you have the duration at the end skill effect. So basically you have these guys here. So you see that second circle next to the quantum domain, that is the void recharge 3, and let's see the fourth one. We get this effect here. Okay, so this works very well with Freyna because we are spamming her skills, and this will do decent damage. And as you can see, level 190 Vulgus, Order of Truth, the ones that are resistant to toxic, are also getting destroyed very nicely with this one. So Power Beyond is the one I would recommend. You can also use the ally enhancement one over here. You can use the particle conversion. So basically This is basically something that will help your teammates. You'll do a little more damage, but you're getting a flat increase with power beyond. So for now, that one makes the most sense. And you're also getting the stored effects, so you can pull them in together and shoot them. So that is like the main change I've done with Freyna. So toxic stimulation to help out your teammates, power beyond to get more power, and the stacks. Rest of it, as you can see, is identical. I'll just quickly recap the rest of the things. So our toxic mechanics reactor is still the same. Tech skill power boost ratio, skill cooldown, and we have the tactical gun mounting, the secret garden. We have the full plague set. So max HP, MP recovery in combat, MP recovery modifier, and I go with gold drop rate because we already have a lot of defense. So I take gold over here, and this one we have toxin resistance, max shield. You can go with shield recovery modifier and stuff like that. So if you are going for toxin resistance, you can use toxin resistance in the blue core as well. So that will give you a lot of toxin resistance. So you'll get some there. Freyna is a toxic type, so it will be embarrassing if she dies to toxin, I suppose. So you can do that here. For the gun, I've made some adjustment to the secret garden. Of course, secret garden is mostly a static, but because enemies are tougher, you may want to shoot with it as well. So what I've done is I've built it sort of half and half for the fourth ability because we want more ammo in the fourth ability. And we also want to do damage with the gun. So rifling reinforcement, action reaction, better concentration, better insight, concentration priority, fire rate, electric enhancement. Then we have these two to give more ammo to our fourth ability. And then we have brisk walk to when we kill an enemy, we'll get a speed boost so we can run faster. Okay, as for the outside, I've made another interesting change here. Firearm attack, critical hit rate, critical hit damage, and I've gone with bonus firearm attack versus order of truth. Because again, like I said, 4 of the 6 missions seem to have order of truth. And then the rest of the gun, again, half of it is utility. So we have 3 sprint cores. We have order of truth to get more damage against the order of truth. So in total, we will end up with 20,000 damage against the order of truth with the gun. And then we have firearm critical hit damage so that we're doing more crit damage because the secret garden has a lot of crit rate. 62% here. Now the plague set does reduce a little bit of crit rate and crit damage, but it is what it is because we do want the extra power from the 3 stacks of pest control. So basically, if you see here, this power here, 24,367, this will go up with the pest control. So let's see if we can get 3 pest controls. We have to use tech abilities to get the pest control. 2, 3. So 3 pest controls gives us 30,000 skill power. Okay, so this is the benefit of the secret card. Okay, so next we have the Arche Tuning. Again, same as before, we have the MP recovery modifier. We take the skill, a little bit skill here. We take the MP recovery out of combat. We go down here, we take the enhanced skill range. You could actually take some, you could take cost as well. So maybe you could do something like this, just to reduce the cost further. And then you take the max MP, cooldown, go up here, we take the toxic cohesion. It will be better balanced because we are using power increase there. So we'll get 19.2% if we get the 3 stacks of toxic cohesion. So that is the Arche Tuning. For the inversion reinforcement, we have focus boost when defeating an enemy grants focus boost, meaning skill cost goes down. We are taking selective neurostimulation to get more MP, and we are taking electric focus rounds. Why am I not taking toxic with Freyna? Because again, order of truth is resistant to toxic, so why not do some other type of damage? So we are doing electric here with the gun, and so that's why I've taken electric. You can take any other element if you wanted, but toxic will do less damage to the order of truth, so why not go for something else? So I think we have covered everything. Yeah, so that is the Freyna setup. I've actually been feeling fine using Freyna. Of course, like I said, Nell is better, but at least I'm not getting headaches when I'm using Freyna, even though she also spreads the poison everywhere. With Nell, I was actually getting a headache. So this is actually much more manageable. And yeah, if you're in a group, just remember to, give your teammates the plague body armor. Just press this when your teammates are close by. And yeah, that is my Freyna build. If you wanted to still keep playing Freyna, obviously Nell is better. If you don't have Nell yet, you can use Freyna. Inez is fine. So yeah, look at other Descendants as well, because I wanted to have a look at Viesa as well in the Axion Plains, because again, she got a buff so she should be good as well. But yeah, that is the Freyna build. Thank you for watching. See you next time.